All right, Kings and Celtics in Sacramento as the Kings are going through a very rough stretch. I thought the first half was really good for the Kings. They got it a little sloppy in the last 2 minutes, and now they are down 60 to 54 at the half. Grant Napier, Ryan, and Sacktown again, 60 to 54. The Celtics. I'll tell you, Ryan, I loved how the Kings started this game after playing last night. I've chronicled 5 games in 7 nights, 4 different time zones. I thought their first quarter was excellent, all things considered.
Yeah, Grant, I thought that they came out very well, especially a team of this caliber coming off the schedule that you spoke of. You really couldn't ask for more for a game like this.
Yeah, very good. 60 to 54 at the half. The Celts outscore the Kings 30 to 22. I am worried about the Kings running out of steam here in the second half. I really am, Ryan. This is a brutal stretch. I think the schedule is ridiculous. I've chronicled that. I did a rant on it today. I talked about it on my Listen app show. That could be a real factor here in the second half. Keep your eye on that.
Yeah, it could be a factor, but if they do it, it's going to be defensively, Grant, because they're having to work pretty hard on the defensive end right now with some of those matchups, a lot of isolation, but there's still room for improvement. I mean, Harrison Barnes, he hasn't really gotten going. He has no points. He doesn't have a field goal attempt. So I like the rotation Mike Brown has right now. Everybody still looks fresh at this point.
And again, we're not surprised that there are a lot of Boston fans there. They travel well wherever the Celtics go, especially when they go west, because they're only here once a year. You're going to get a lot of Boston fans. There are a lot of transplant from the East Coast, a lot of Celtics fans. I'm not surprised at all by that. It happens every year.
Oh, yeah. Season ticket holders. That's on you.
Hey, there you have it. Good evening, Jeff. Hope everything is going well on the ranch. Again, how about Jason Tatum in that first half? 8 of 13. He had 22 points. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown had 13 for Sacramento. I mean, Mr. Steady, Sabonis, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Fox had 10. Mitchell, how about Mitchell's first half? He had 13 points in 14 minutes, so he's providing the offense. No one else really doing anything off the bench other than Davion Mitchell. The Celtics in that first half shoot 45%, including 35% from downtown. Sacramento shoots over 48%. 37.5% from beyond the arc. One thing that was very interesting to me, we talk about this, turnovers. The Celtics only had 1 turnover. They had 14 assists. That's amazing. 14 assists, 1 turnover for Boston in that first half.
Absolutely. And that's why they're near the top of the Eastern Conference, Grant. I mean, it's just steady basketball. They take good shots. They make smart passes. But the Kings, their turnovers aren't that bad either tonight. Just like in Utah, they only had 6 last night. So very positive.
All right, let's talk about Edwards. I thought he played well. He does have 3 fouls. No Kevin Huerter again tonight. Keep an eye on that. Again, 3 fouls for him. Probably not going to be that big of an issue, but, we'll see. Anita checking in last 2 minutes of the quarter. They could have been better. You're right. They did not finish that quarter well, Anita, and that's how I opened up this show. You're 100% correct. Now, instead of a tight game, and again, it's only a 6-point game, but, now you're down 60 to 54, and I am worried about the Kings running out of fuel here in the second half. I really am.
Well, it's a good possibility, Grant. It could happen, but they're going to go down fighting. They came out the right way. I totally think this game's going to come down to the wire. Now, if Boston comes out and comes on a run and continues that little run from the end of the second into the third, the Kings could be in trouble there. But you're getting the production from Mitchell. Monk's going to come along. Lyles will come along. So Mitchell is an added bonus. So I think that they're going to be good.
What do you think about this? That the Huerter injury may have been a blessing in disguise because of getting a look at Kessler Edwards. What do you think about that?
I Kessler into the starting lineup, I didn't see all along unless the injury happened, but I thought it was eventual after seeing Kessler play a couple times, good defense, that he would make his way into the rotation as he became more familiar on the offensive end.
You agree that once Huerter comes back that we won't be seeing Davis play?
Yeah, I think Davis is the one that goes to the bench for sure.
Yeah. And again, closing out quarters is the key. I mean, you got to be better at the end of quarters. So, Celtics gain a little bit of momentum going into the locker room. Right now, it is 60 to 54. Hey, I've got a real special photo that I'm going to show you after the game. We started this last night. We showed you the 4 fans enjoying time on the beach in Vietnam. And after I talked about this, I got an amazing email and photos. I'm going to read the email and I'll show you the photos. That's coming up on the postgame. It blew me away. It just blew me away. It's amazing to me how many fans watch the Kings from around the world. It blows me away.
It's pretty cool, especially with how much they've struggled. It's a very loyal fan base. I mean, just look at everybody here at halftime with us. So,
yep,
can't wait to see that.
All right, give me a final score, Ryan. Right now, it is 60-54 Boston. I'll go first this time, okay?
Sounds good.
I think the Celtics are going to win this game for a couple of reasons. They have an advantage. They're well rested. The Kings are going to be, I think attrition is going to catch up with them in the second half. I also think Boston, man-to-man, is a better team than Sacramento. I'm looking at Boston to win this game tonight, 118 to 114.
Okay.
What do you think?
I am right in the same range as you. I think it's going to be Boston 116, Sacramento 108.
116 to 108? Okay.
Yes.
Love to see this. My 3-year-old daughter has watched more Kings game than Disney movies. She doesn't know Cinderella, but can name the starting 5. That's good parenting right there.
Good parenting. Strong.
All right, we got 131 to 120. We got the Celtics winning 125 to 111. We got the Celtics winning this 120 to 109. And stop with the calls, would you please? Enough already with the calls. Jay's got the Kings winning this 118 to 116.
Okay.
All right. So absolutely. Paul Pierce is on what halftime show? I don't know why anybody would interview Paul Pierce, but whatever.
He's in Sacramento tonight.
Oh, he is. Okay. Gotcha. Just one more time for him to speak and embarrass himself. Lydia has the Kings losing 129 to 120. We got 120 to 118 Sacramento. We've got the Celtics 128 to 110. Peter's got the Kings winning by 3. We got the Kings winning 119, 118. So a lot of difference of opinion. Don't forget, Ryan and I will be with you right after the contest. All right. We got 130 to 115 Boston. Keep them coming. We love to see what your scores are. We also love to talk about Bennett's in Roseville and in Sacramento. A third location coming soon to the Blue Oaks Town Center. In Roseville, Eureka and Lead Hill Road, Sacramento, Howe and Fair Oaks. Don't forget about you. I mean, it's amazing to me. Over 50 types of wine available by the glass. That's amazing. Their prime seafood is incredible. If I'm doing steak, it's hard to beat the bone-in ribeye or the porterhouse. They're awesome. Go to Bennett'sRestaurants.com. You can get takeout. You can look at their menus. It's all there for you. Bennett'sRestaurants.com. And again, they're coming to Rockland soon. We appreciate their support. Big-time Sacramento Kings supporters. Bennett's, 2 locations with a third coming to Rockland. Right now, it is 60 to 54 in favor of Boston. Jason Tatum, let's hope somebody can guard him a little bit in the second half, huh?
Well, you can't put Davion on him, and Davion's got him a couple times on the switch, and it's not ended well. But yeah, he is just an incredible shot maker, Grant. Some of the threes he hit in that first half are just so difficult. So throw Kessler on him. Let's see what Kessler can do.
Well, we got a London broil going on the grill tonight. Very nice. Very tasty.
Nice. There you go, Donald. I threw up the pork loins in the pregame show. So that's why everybody's telling us their food.
Well, thank you for your support. And again, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Also, give us a thumbs up. Appreciate that. Tatum is the real deal. I mean, I think he showed that last year throughout the playoffs. He is the real deal. There is no question about that. 60 to 54. Again, the Celtics lead the Kings, and they were led by Tatum. Sabonis is well on his way to a triple-double. Fox only took 3 shots. Your thoughts on that?
Not abnormal. He's been doing that as of late, trying to get everybody else involved. A lot of attention on him, number one. So I think he'll get going. Well, I know he'll get going. He always does in the second half. And I'm going to ask you, we both have the Kings losing. What would be the 1 or 2 things that could turn your opinion around that the Kings could do for you to say they would take a win?
Fox is going to have to go off in the fourth quarter. He's going to have like a 15-point to 20-point quarter. I know that's asking a lot, but I'll go 15. He's going to need one of those fourth quarters. I think somebody other than Mitchell is going to have to start scoring from the bench. So I'm looking at Monk, who was only 1 of 6 and 0 of 3. Somebody other than Davion Mitchell is going to have to score off the bench. That's number 2. And third, Tatum's going to have to cool off a little bit, or I don't see Sacramento win this game. I just don't. I look at the numbers, I look at the matchups, and again, I hate to keep on going back to this, but I think it's a real factor in this game that the Kings are playing on a back-to-back in their 5th game in 7 nights in 4 different time zones. I cannot ignore that. I just can't ignore that.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, too. Boston, they only play an 8-man rotation. And if you look, we still got Metu that is not played tonight. And I think that's kind of because of bad matchups, because the Williams off the bench are both pretty big guys. So we could still have a little energy reserve there. But you speak of Tatum cooling down. Boston starters, other than him, really have not done a ton. You only have Jaylen Brown with 10. So you got to keep them in check at that level. Marcus Smart's had almost 2 air balls, I think, at this point.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have a good fourth. Absolutely. Tatum is going to have to cool off Jaylen Brown. Again, I thought Brown had a good half, 13 points. He was 5 of 8, 3 of 4, very efficient. Yep. Give us thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Hey, I love the fact that you're appreciating the Arco background. I thought in celebration of finally having a winning season, we'd go back to yesteryear for a while. So I'm good with that. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Do I think that Malik Monk takes nights off? No. I think that there are nights when he doesn't play well. I don't think he's taking the night off. I just think that there are nights when the shot's not falling and he's not playing well.
I think it's quite the opposite. I think there's nights where Malik Monk lets the game come to him, and there's nights where he tries to force it too much. Right now, we're seeing him force it a little bit too much.
All right. Eduardo. Hola in Chile. Love the Arco background. How many great memories did we have in that building? And Eduardo was there as well to see a game at Arco. Very happy that he got a chance to experience that. All right. Again, a lot of people want Richaun Holmes to play. I wouldn't be opposed to having Richaun Holmes go into the game if you're trailing in the second half for some big time energy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think he would match up well with Robert Williams coming off the bench, match up well with Horford, and be a nice change of pace for the Kings.
I don't really know what this means. Why did you switch sides? I don't know. Are you talking about?
Oh, you're on the right side. I'm on the left side.
Okay. Well, first of all, why would anybody even care about that? Why would anybody notice that? And then if you notice that, why would you ask? We're on half the screen. What difference does it make? I'm just wondering, seriously, why would you ask a question like that? Do you actually watch this channel and go, gee, I wonder why Grant's on this side tonight and Ryan's on that side? What happened? Oh my gosh, I can't watch it anymore. Wow, this is unbelievable. Grant's not on that side of the screen anymore. Why do you think about stuff like that? I'm serious.
Grant, our viewers are pretty astute. They notice when the names aren't right, something's misspelled. So
the names surprised. I get. I get when the names aren't right. The names should be right. Absolutely.
This is true.
Correct?
This is true. The name should be correct.
All right. Absolutely. All right. So we're going to be on after the game about an hour from now, maybe a little bit longer. And let's see if the Kings can make the comeback. 60-54, Boston at the half. All right. What's your one key in this second half?
Assists, 30 assists. I want to see 30 assists. That means everybody's into the game, ball's moving, ball's going through the net.
I'm going to say that's going to be very hard to obtain in the second half. I think that's going to be very difficult. That would be 18 assists. If that does happen, Ryan, the Kings will win this game.
Yep.
Right?
They absolutely will. 30 and over, they win.
Hey, appreciate it, everyone. We'll see you right after the contest. Thank you so much for joining us here on If You Don't Like That.